Yo, welcome to the Bill Collector, where I'm Bill and I'm a collector. How's it going today? Good? Oh, good. That's great. So, right off the bat, you know about me. You see all this clutter in the background in regards to Will Thrill Clark. Well, March 13th is the legend's birthday, and I don't necessarily celebrate it, but I do know that happens every damn year because I know. And the backs of baseball cards help me know about that. So that's cool. And you know, still alive and well. It looks like he's talking shit too. So that's great. Happy birthday, Will Clark, if you're ever to see this. Yeah, so it's been pretty beautiful in Southern California lately. And so got my morning bike ride in, took my lady out for a motorcycle ride, and the weather's just compliant AF. So yesterday was funny. While my me and my lady are married, so they're not in-laws, but her dad and stepmother came up from the San Diego area yesterday, and it's been a while since we'd seen them, and it's also been a while since they've been out since the whole COVID thing. So it was great. Talked all that, caught up, had some lunch, and when we came back, I just pulled into the garage as I would, and I had forgot that my lady was keeping a secret from her dad. That secret's in the garage. And that secret is that she bought a motorcycle and she rides that song biatch now. Hide your wives. Hide your wives. She on the loose. But yeah, she bought her a nice little 650 Royal Enfield, orange, bitch and helmet too. And that's something that her and I do together on the weekends. And pretty cool. I've been riding a motorcycle for most of my life, so I'm talking like pre 10 years old. I learned, and she went out and learned at an adult age. Man, right then and there, you can teach older dogs new tricks. The dog just has to be receptive to learning such new things. So congratulations, Muffin. You a biker bitch now. Yeah. So fun times, fun times. And so her dad was obviously a little butthurt from this information, as everybody knew except for him. But there's good reason because he's very worried about his only child, and he ain't got the nuts to do it himself, man. You hear me? Did you hear me? So, anyways, yeah. So that was pretty funny. So he sat on the couch, like you could just see his wheels turning while everybody else already long forgot about telling him. He's just like on the chair, like, my daughter, motorcycle, crazy people, my daughter, crazy people, motorcycle. You can't help the crazy people. And yeah, you can't. So as a motorcyclist, what I've learned is, yeah, keep your eyes open, dog. You can't be so like riding a motorcycle is, you got to be present, and that's, if the more present you are, the more likely you're going to be able to see things. So, like, riding a motorcycle is, you got to be present, and that's, if the more present you are, the more likely you're going to be able to see things. So, like, riding a motorcycle is, you got to be present, and that's, if the more present you are, the more likely you're going to be able to see things. the more chances you're gonna make it back home. And that's the bottom line. Have a little bit of fun, get back home, and fun. Because you're alive still. Feel me? So yeah, keep secrets from your pappy. Because his corn's gonna be chafed when he's the last one to find out. All right. So that's the lesson of the day. Don't lie to your father. Um, so as usual, we'll show you a couple things. Show you a couple things. Do some talking. Well, like I said, it's Will Clark's birthday today. So if you're a Will Clark fan, I'm sure you know about this. And if you're not a Will Clark fan, then it's probably because he came through your baseball city and slapped your team around like a little. Yeah. The only reason I can think of people that don't like Will Clark because he was a bitchin' player, and you probably just wished he was on your team. Right. So I've got my ginormous binder of printed products regarding the thrill. And we will show you some of these things. And in regards to the birthday, I've got something along those lines right here. So if you're watching now, you'll be able to see this. And if you hear it audio only, you ain't gonna see shit. So, item number one. This is a looking like just a little postcard type thing. But on the inside, it says, open. Happy birthday, happy birthday. This is a birthday card, Will Clark birthday card. And as I've said once, and I'll say it probably every show when I'm showing this shit, the kids today don't have the opportunity to have a good player collection because they just don't make these things. So if you're a kid of my time, which is old as then you know you get to have cool things like this. See, they just make all kinds of stupid shit. They try to like today. They just make all kinds of stupid things that they try to act like, oh, it's worth something. Dude, it's fucking cardboard, bro. Fucking cardboard, man. Get over it. So I'm just doing this for fun. This is like I said, this is memories of when you have responsibilities and shit. Good old days. Was another one? Will Clark with that classic fucking stance. Was that the Mets in the background? I think so. At Shea Stadium, which was where the Mets played at the time. And it's a pretty cool picture of Will Clark just waiting to rip it. And this one on the inside says, Feliz Coop. Oh, that one don't say shit. This says his name. You put in whatever you want it to say. Happy Valentine's Day, big boy. Love always, Will Clark. That's what mine says. And this is licensed shit. So, you know, I believe this. Let's see the back. Who is? I believe this company made posters too, and I'm not sure if I have one made. Oh yeah, I do. I absolutely do. Right to my this eye. little bit that way. I got a poster, not this picture, but dynamic duo poster with Will Clark and Kevin Mitchell, who was another masher on the Giants in the late '80s, very early '90s. So Will Clark greeting cards. You ever seen those before? If you're young, you haven't. Like I said, if you're old like me, you seen it. You seen it. All right. Now, I I don't know what's going on, but like if I plug too many fucking things in the computer, it just goes haywire. So I'm hoping that this is recording proper and I can leave it on there and you mother can watch it later. Ugh, all right. So cross my fingers. But it's like too many fucking things. When I had the light and everything plugged, it was just bogging everything down. So keep it simple, stupid. And I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Right. Next item I've got to show is this beautiful, I think, is this 1990 or 1989? 1989 Upper Deck Vernon Wells painted art card with a sick autograph on it. And everything about this autograph on this card and that picture is so rad to me. As a kid, the art cards were the number one card I was always looking for ever since I was young. And that was, going back to the Dick Perez things with the Donruss Diamond Kings. And then Vernon Wells when Upper Deck came out. And once again, Upper Deck changed the entire game in regards to quality of the card itself, quality of the photographs taken. The whole presentation was top notch, and they changed the game. And subsequently, every other company that was out there kind of adapted to, you know, nicer things for the offerings. And once again, I try to personalize my collection as much as possible, and so you can kind of see the little frosted image in there, and I mounted that on the back, so I'll spin that around so you can see that, and that's the Thrills face. Kind of hard to see it because of the glare, but nonetheless, it's really dope graphics on the back of this case, which makes it one of a kind. And once again, I like to personalize my collection with things that I do. So this is kind of a, you know, I plus the card plus the case, and we've made an art piece out of a sweet autograph, as if it wasn't dope already. So that's the autographs are cool, man. If you're lucky enough to have your favorite player sign your card in front of you, that's what that's what kids get all jazzed up about. And so it's really cool when the players sign for kids, because as a kid, it's look, when I didn't start really following baseball till I was a teen. While I was a kid, I just watched baseball, and I don't know, it's kind of different, kind of a difference in regards to keeping track and following a certain player rather than being a little kid and everybody on the team is just fucking awesome, which is true. But when you find that one that you're like, damn, that guy's fucking sick, and then you follow him. That was Will Clark. All right, so this piece right here, I'm gonna show you. All right, this is the leftovers from a piece of art that I had made that I had turned into another piece of art. And you may not be able to tell who those figures are. So I'll tell you. That's Will Clark and Tony Gwynn on a classic baseball card, classic brand baseball card. And that's Tony Gwynn's arm thrown around the thrill. I really, really liked Tony Gwynn, everything about the guy. I mean, great hitter, great personality, great outfielder, great ambassador to the game, as professional as they come. And yeah, that's that. And I feel like um, Will Clark and him were two of the best consistent hitters in the National League while Will Clark was there. And I'm sure they had some pretty bitchin' conversations in regards to getting that bat on the ball. So this is the art piece that is made from that. And that's, so in 2020, it really became a thing. I feel like people have been doing art with cards in a way since the advent of the card, you know and like I said, during COVID, it really came around full circle to the point where social media was showing it and articles were being written about, well, card art. And I put my own spin on card art, and I don't want my art to look like anybody else's, so there's certain things that I do that no one would ever do. And it draws a very mixed review, and that's fine, because if your art doesn't get somebody to say something negative or positive, then I mean, whatever. So NL Hit Kings 1990 classic, and these cards had a really sick 90s vibe to it, so I really, really like those. Yeah. Now, excuse me. Doing this podcast or segment or whatever you want to call it has come with some major challenges for me, and it's an equipment thing, trying new things out and not working, this and that. So I recorded about a week's worth of episodes that just never made it. Excuse me. And so trying to remember what I had spoken about in those total of about 5 hours has been difficult. But if you see something twice, it's probably because it was not. Don't worry about what I just said. You're gonna see this shit. All right. Now, I made mention I'm a Dodger fan, and I mean, if you're a Dodger fan, one of your favorite players on the team has been Clayton Kershaw for the last, God, how long has he been on the team now? 14, 15 years now. I mean, he's played his entire career there. And good on the Dodgers, you signed him for this year, because if you didn't do that, boy, whoosh, I wasn't going to be too happy. And I'm not happy with baseball right now either way, playing or not. Guys shouldn't be fucking with the fans like that. Oh, back to baseball card. So, Clayton Kershaw being one of my favorite, and then finding out that Clayton Kershaw's favorite baseball player is Will Clark, kind of like I said, full circle. And so the deuce deuce on Clayton Kershaw's back is because, Will Clark was his childhood favorite player. So this card right here is just, symbolizing kind of that, some some of us like one specific guy a lot. Some of us when we're growing up playing emulate these guys on the field. And well, Clayton Kershaw being a big left-handed player coming up in Texas, well, his team was the Rangers and Will Clark was the first baseman on that team. So imagine, I mean, if you ever see Clayton Kershaw being all fired up and stuff, he watched one of the most intense players of all time as a kid. I mean, Will Clark left it all out on the field, out off the field, different person. On the field, a straight demon. And what a great player to watch growing up. And it's kind of crazy how, I'm a bit older than Clayton Kershaw. And it's pretty cool how Will Clark was able to inspire kids from, I mean, would I call me and him a different generation? Yeah, I think we're probably different generations. I think I have over 10 years on the guy. And like I said, here we go. Will Clark was inspiring kids from, multiple age groups. And that's pretty rad to do. All right. Um, let's see. I have a lot of magazines. That's one of the type items I've been focusing on more over the last couple of years is trying to, gather that stuff up. And I mean, some of it you can get for cheap, and some of it is a little more pricey. And as I've mentioned before, I'll reiterate from episode to episode. I've tried to keep the collection to I don't know, like to a budget. I mean, I don't think I've spent more than $20 on one item to put in the collection. So, if Will Clark ever makes it to the Hall of Fame, you can guarantee that the price of those items are going to go up. Um, but as of late, I haven't really picked many things up. I'm lucky enough to have people know that I'm a big Will Clark collector, and I'm fortunate enough to people where people send me things or even bring me things. So the last let's see, last week my buddy Jeremy, who's a major collector friend of mine, um, brought over some starting lineups, and there was a loose or slash opened Will Clark starting lineup in there, and that's cool. I mean, I think I have that figure about 3 times. But what I'm going to do with that one, since it's open, is I'm going to strip off the graphics on the chest that say Giants and strip off the graphic on the helmet that has SF. And then I need to strip off the number 2, the second 2 from number 22, and make it 23, and then make an Orioles graphic for the chest. So Will Clark had a brief stint in Baltimore in the late 90s, and they didn't get to making that starting lineup figure. So I'll do that myself. So thanks, Jeremy. My buddy Jeremy's always looking out for me in regards to my Will Clark collection. This is just a random pull as I'm flipping through this printed products album. And what I have here is let's see, what year is this? August 1989, Sports Illustrated for Kids. And it's saying happy birthday to the Little League on the cover there. And the reason I have this magazine, which doesn't really have Will Clark on the cover, is because they do some minor talking about him in the magazine. And I actually picked it up for this uncut sheet of collector's cards they have inserted in the magazine. And I have this card right here, unperforated. I have this card right here, perforated and taken out. And I added this entire magazine with the card attached to the grouping of cards, which is still attached to the magazine. Um, just to say I have it. All right. So that's cool, man. That's cool. Now, I know a lot of people like it was so funny watching all the tough fans talking big about what's gonna happen if baseball gets canceled. I'm out. I'm out. This is the final straw, man. And who's there just waiting to gobble up all that baseball jism? The fans. Like they never dangled the carrot in front of your face, like they never fucked with your emotions, like they never acted like the season was in jeopardy. Fuck Major League Baseball. My concept now is I'm gonna make more money from baseball than baseball makes from me in any given year. And I've done that for the last 7 years. I make more money from baseball than baseball makes from me. And I bought some fat tickets to Will Clark's retirement ceremony on the 30th of July this year. Some pretty nice tickets. And I'm still going to make more from baseball than baseball makes from me. That's how I win. You know what I'm saying? That's how I win. I stopped caring really in 1994 when baseball didn't even have the heart to play World Series. Those cocksuckers, the fans, they care. No, they don't care. It's dollars and cents. It's not a game, it's a business in the form of a game. And I don't know. I have a lot more to do with my life than the hope baseball comes. I don't have a favorite player in the game right now. Shit, the Dodgers won a World Series in 2020, whether any of you like it or not. And yeah, it's a lot different now. So I could care less. Like I said, if I make more money from baseball than it takes from me, then I'm winning. And so the subjects that I care to talk about and paint and make art of, hardly anybody from today's game. Um, for me, baseball strikes that nostalgic feeling. And today's game doesn't is nothing nostalgic about today's game. There's nothing romantic. Wow, that's a really gay word. Like nothing. There's nothing special. There's nothing great. It's all whatever it is now. I mean, one of the points of the strike was trying, whether to ban the shift or not. Ban the shift. The hell is that? That's some gobbledygoo. And look, you're trying to change the game. The game is the game. Leave the game alone. Game is fine where it is. But I mean, for people like Joey Gallo complaining about it. Look, Cody Bellinger hits into the ship. He needs to do something about this too. But I don't hear the kid complaining about it. That's the difference. I don't hear Cody complaining about it. Okay. Like in life, when life gives you lemons, you do what's next. Don't hit it into the shift when the entire third base side is open for you. You figure that out. Okay. And I feel like I seen Joey Gallo drop a bunt. Bro, become a fucking wicked bunter. You'll rule the world with your 350 average and your 40 bombs. Or your bombs get reduced to 25 and you're on base more. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I feel like that guy hovers around 200 every year. So just don't hit it in the shift. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad that I am glad that baseball started. Don't get me wrong. I just care less every day, whether it does or not. I mean, it doesn't affect me anymore. Shit, I'll be honest with you. When there was no baseball happening during COVID, I was selling a lot of art those days because people want baseball. They rather have the game, but if they can't have the game, they'll buy some fucking baseball art just to get something. So, who do you collect? I'm an artist. Let me facilitate the coolest possible new item you can put in your collection today. BillCormalisJr.com. Check it out. Yeah. But not only am I an artist, I'm also a collector. So I facilitate myself with some really cool items that I make. And like I said, that's how my collection is unordinary, unorthodox, and probably cooler than yours. But I focus on it like an art project. So me saying it's cooler than yours, look, I do something with it. I'm it's the collection has become an art project in its own. 30 plus years in the making, tweaking, collecting, getting new stuff, arranging, setting it up, taking it down, moving, setting it back up, setting it up in a different, constantly evolving. And that's kind of fun to me. I mean, I don't know what you're collecting, but I collect art and I collect sports memorabilia, just the stuff that I want to collect. There's not a single item out there that I want that everybody else is desiring. So if you're desiring it, I'm and that's what I heard about collecting. As soon as you start wanting the things that everybody else wants, that's when it becomes an issue. So I see things that I like, snatch it up. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm kind of in a collecting hiatus for the moment. But whatever. Yeah, that's cool. I don't need to collect all the time, and I don't. I just collect when I feel like it. Art is my number one hobby, and that's the hobby that I do that I feel like I don't feel like I'm really accomplishing anything with this Will Clark collection. It's just like I said, it's an extension of my youth, and I choose to keep that section going. And the main thing I do is make art, and I make mostly baseball art, and that's because that's what pays. I do other projects in between those, But like I said, since 2000 and maybe 12, I think it was 11 or 12, I've been being paid to make baseball artwork. And that has allowed me to keep collecting too. So it's like one hobby is fueling the other. And it's cool. Like I mentioned earlier, me and my lady went for a motorcycle ride today. And I've just narrowed the things that I like down to about four things. So making art, number one. Um, Number two is constantly tweaking and riding my bicycles. Number three, my motorcycles, which now I do with my lady. And number four, my Will Clark collection or my memorabilia collection in general, because that entails, some of the Dodger stuff that I collect and some of the baseball art that I collect. And, I have little minor collections in regards to, I like Ted Williams. And so I have, just the things that I like is what I'm bringing into the house. And my poor lady, she just has to live with that, unfortunately slash fortunately. She loves me, so it kind of like I dictate the art that goes on the wall, but I'm an artist. I got art all the time. It's like, I mean, should I have so much art that I have it leaning up against the walls too? So not everything's on the wall. I'm trying to keep it kind of tasteful around here. But yeah, if you're just now joining, this is the Bill Collector. My name is Bill, and I'm a collector. And hopefully this episode records proper, and then I feel confident scheduling a guest. And I'll just say this first and foremost. The first guest I'm going to have is going to be my really good friend Jeremy, who's a lifelong collector buddy of mine, and like I said, friend, more like brother. Well, happy birthday, Will Clark, March 13, 2022, and I'm going to sign off. It's a Bill Collector. I'm Bill, and I'm a collector. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.